felony charges, IRS debt, real estate foreclosures, and $1 million in past due child support to a former dancer. Floyd Mayweather's money issues seem to keep getting worse. But have we already known that he was headed down this road?
Time to blow it up.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of The Truth TV. I'm Truth Fisher, and today we're going to talk about Floyd Mayweather's money problems. He seems to be going broke. Not my broke or your broke, but rich people broke. And DJ Academics has a thought of why. I don't necessarily agree with his reasoning, but I'm going to let y'all watch his reasoning, then I'm going to come back and talk about this.
You know what I realized about his kids? None of his kids make money. Like, no disrespect to them. So, like, they run around like they're... You ever seen the Sanders kids? Like, Deion Sanders, his kids? Have you ever seen, like, DeAndrea? Like, she runs around like, my dad is Deion Sanders. I'm royalty. It's the same way how Yaya runs around, right? Like, she runs around like, I'm the daughter of a billionaire. I don't know what Karan and Zion Mayweather do, but it's probably even more pressure on Floyd that none of his kids have gotten out there to make significant income. So Floyd kind of like has to make enough money, not only for him, but for his kids, for the women he deal with. It's a crazy lifestyle.
So y'all heard his theory is that because his kids don't work, that's one of the reasons why, you know, he's having money issues. I don't think I think that's too easy, right? It's not his kids. His kids will probably take not that much of his money. It's him. He's the one that, you know, that needs to have a watch for every day when he goes on vacation.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm going to stay in my lane. I ain't going to fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs $18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? For you motherfucking haters today, I'm going to go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made. All motherfucking day. I say my name first. The Money Made. I'm back. I ain't in a watch business, but I am in a watch business. As you can see, Ivy & Co. Check them out. I don't know about no other jeweler watches, but this by far is the best. The best only deals with the best.
The best, baby.
Ivy & Co. IvyandCo.com. Go get a watch right now.
He's the one that, you know, got cars just for no reason.
How many cars you have? Total? Probably 100. I got 3 garages. I park 40 cars in the inside.
There's a place for black cars, a place for white cars.
And then we got the trucks. In LA a little wild. The roads are really not good in LA, so we normally just drive trucks.
Do you walk in the car, Max? Yeah, I get it from somewhere.
When you get to that elite level, when you want cars, you already know what I want. I've already drove everything. My guy called me, like, I got different cars. What you want? I was like, bring me 4 of them. Bring me that, bring me that. They bring them to me. And if I don't want them, I'm like, yo, send something back.
Bring me 4 of them. Like,
that's whatever I want.
You can only wear one watch. You can only drive one car. He got a garage for white cars and a garage for black cars and an area for just trucks. You don't need all that as one person. Like, I don't really, I see his issues being of his own, right? Then just yesterday, he ended up getting hit with 2 felony charges for basically writing a bad check for $200,000, I guess, to buy a watch.
Boxing champ Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing 2 felony charges. Prosecutors allege Mayweather wrote a check back in 2024 to the tune of $200,000 to purchase a high-end watch. The problem, they claim he knew he didn't have the funds to back it up. If convicted on the felony theft charge, he could face up to 20 years in prison and thousands of dollars in fines. Mayweather is also facing other financial issues, including owing more than $7 million in back taxes. Now, Mayweather's attorneys told ESPN that this matter does not belong in the criminal courts, and they say he looks forward to being vindicated through the court proceedings. He is coming out of retirement later this month to box in Greece.
You got IRS tax liens on you. That's just unfathomable to me, to have that much money. You owing that much money, mind you. I'm saying that as somebody who wasn't making as much as him. But one of the things that was said that is his motto was to get a loan, buy his lavish stuff, do a fight, make the money back, and pay the loan back, which is crazy to me, to say the least. If you're a billionaire, why are you taking out a loan just to pay it back after you do your job? That's a payday loan. That's very predatory. And you're doing that to yourself. You can't wait until you get the money in hand to go and buy whatever you want to buy. None of that makes sense. You got real estate foreclosures. Like, come on now. So he has over 100 luxury cars totaling at $40 million. He has a house, a mansion in Las Vegas, other homes in Los Angeles, Miami, and New York. That alone is eating up a whole bunch of his money. The houses, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of overhead with houses. Property tax wise, just utilities, maintaining the house. I know you're not cleaning that house up, so you're hiring somebody to clean it up. All of these is things that you don't necessarily need, right? Mayweather is out here moving as if he is in his early to mid 20s and just got a bag. You owe a former dancer $1 million in back child support. $1 million in back child support, and I think it's like $38,000 a month. What baby needs $38,000 a month? I don't know. But at your age, you knocking up a stripper is crazy work. He also is suing his manager. I'm guessing his manager was managing like all of his money, like everything that he had going on, and I guess he figured that his manager was taking some money off the top. So he's suing his manager for like either 175,000 or 175 million. It's a crazy amount. It's a crazy number, but the manager is basically saying he didn't mismanage your money. He didn't do anything wrong. Apparently, his manager also told him, you need to chill out on your spending. And now let's get back to him spending, because I seen Mayweather, having money issues back in, I want to say it was 2017 when Gucci had that, that sweater, that turtleneck that kind of went over the nose, and it made the people look like a blackface monkey or something. And T.I. wanted everybody to boycott. And everybody was like, y'all boycott that. That's y'all stuff. Y'all can afford that. We can't. The regular average Joe person is not spending $600 on a belt. That's what y'all doing. So y'all boycott that. And Floyd Mayweather went and spent like $2 million in Gucci alone. Like, he spent enough money for everybody in the United States alone in Gucci. At that point, I think people seen that he was doing a little too much with his money, but I think he was still fighting at that point. So with his, what he was doing, getting the loan, fighting and paying the loan back, he's not fighting now. He's retired. So he's been doing these exhibition fights to try, basically try to get his money back. I think he sold his commercial plane, and he's selling his watches. You're going broke when you start pawning jewelry. It's rough out here for Buddy. Hopefully, he get his stuff together. Hopefully, he can find himself out of hot water. But the IRS, they gonna come and get their money. They gonna get their money. You got tax liens. They gonna get their money any kind of way. That's just gonna happen. But Buddy going broke. He's not going my broke, because I'm pretty sure he still has money. He just don't have the money to keep up with the lifestyle that he has been, keeping up with. Hopefully he can find his way up out of it. I don't know if the lawsuit with of his manager, if that holds any ground or any weight, but hopefully he can find his way up out of this and retire for real, because he will never be able to retire owing this much money. Just owing that much in child support. He can't possibly be worth $1 billion no. I think it was like he was worth like 1.2 billion at some point. Like, he kind of like squandered all of that money. It's crazy. So his net worth is somewhere between 50 million and 400 million. Once again, a lot more money than I got. A lot more money than a lot of y'all got. But when your career earnings exceeded $1.1 billion, and and your lifestyle was basically keeping up with that 1.1 billion, 50 million ain't really gonna cut it. 400 million ain't really gonna cut it. So now he basically, on the Chitlin circuit doing exhibition matches. And it's crazy because I don't understand. I don't know anybody. Well, mind you, I don't know any millionaires, billionaires, or whatever. But I've never heard of many millionaires or billionaires just walking around with so much cash. Like, he would walk around with duffel bags full of cash for no reason.
Every day, chilling in an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg room. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9", but it is what it is. Chilling, sitting right here watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali versus Frazier documentary. Come check it out. Up top, every planet. In a bag.
Like, I've never heard of that. Usually most millionaires and billionaires try to be discreet with their money. They probably have a luxury car or two, but they also have a moderate car. They wear clothes that folks will pass up, poor folks will pass up in the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? They're not buying, Louis Vuitton or Gucci purses just for no reason.
So, y'all gotta know the difference between a hack bag and a Birkin bag. So this is a man's carry-on bag when you're traveling. So a lot of times when people see a male carrying a bag like this, they be like, oh, that's a Birkin. You have to know the difference, look it up, HAC, it's a hack bag. But I like to call it a hot, but it's really called a hack. You see, this is the size of it. No. This is different. This is a man's carry-on. Now, of course, we have 2 new Birkins right here. As you can see, custom bags. And y'all know the price of these, as you can see. Trick or treat, Halloween, or
for you know, why do you need all these purses? I think one time he had bought like a huge purse, and I think it had like smaller purses in it, like them Russian dolls. Like, you don't need all of that. Like, people know that you are Floyd Money Mayweather. You don't need to be buying all this stuff to impress anybody. We know you got money. We know we don't. You only need about one watch. That's all you need is one watch. To impress folks. One good car to impress folks. One mansion, one big house to impress folks. You people cause themselves a lot of like money issues. Basically, you get more money and you start doing more stuff. I said this before with Odell Beckham Jr. when he was talking about how making $100 million a year, well, not $100 million a year, $100 million over 5 years wasn't enough money. And one of his main reasons to why that wasn't enough money was because you needed to floss. And like,
I have $1 in my account right here today as we speak. I'm gonna be straight for the rest of my life, no question, right? I don't think everybody is in that. And when you've sacrificed your whole life to get here, and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league, and I always explain this to people, I'm like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, that you have to spend, use, save, invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really $40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime.
And like, well, that's not important. Buying your mom a house is a good gesture, but if you're going to buy her house, she don't need a mansion because you still have to pay property taxes. You still have to keep up with the bills on that mansion. Your mom isn't working, so she's not going to be able to keep up with them bills. So just like Odell Beckham, Floyd Mayweather, he got to get his spending together. I mean, he gonna have to pay off all of them debts first, starting with the IRS, unless the IRS is taking his houses, and that's why he got foreclosures. But he gonna have to pay off them debts. The child support thing, he gonna be in the chitlin circuit forever. Like, he gotta crawl himself up out of this hole. This is not somewhere where he wants to be at. Trust me. You don't want to be broke. Even for like a rich person's broke standards, you don't want to be broke. But I'm going to let this lady end this video off. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I'll be back with another video. And I'll watch what this lady has to say about people expecting stuff, expecting expensive stuff, but it also applies to Mayweather.
You guys know how much $1 million is a month?
I do.
Do you know?
not off the top.
It's $83,333 per month. $83,000 per month. What do you need $83,000 for?
I like Birkin bags.
These girls, they never even had a Birkin bag. And that's what I'm saying. You want Chanel and you don't even have Coach. Certain things are actually investments. So I can understand that. But it's not about that. It's about the fact that you feel entitled to it when you've never even had it. Why?
Or earned it.
And this is another thing. How many purses can you have? Look, I promise y'all, from a person that has a lot of everything, I wear the same purse every day.
Yeah, when Sarah was moving out of her condo, like, oh, this ain't even been open. This ain't even been touched. Chanel bags that haven't been touched. Like, I was like, why do you even have this?
There's only so many purses you could wear at a time. You could only wear one pair of shoes at a time. You should only wear one watch at a time. At some point, it's literally like, this stuff doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. But you know what does matter? Being loved down by a man that you care about.
If it doesn't matter, then why do you have these things?
Because there was a time where perception was more important to me than reality.
The Truth TV. Subscribe, like, and comment.